listening to the Sportz Nutz.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Sportz Nutz. We are live and coming at you in charge. Hope you guys had a fantastic week so far. It's been cold, that's to say the least. I want to give a special shout out to everybody who is listening on, of course, 95.5 KFCE, as well as everyone who also listens on TigerNation.live. We cannot thank you guys enough. It means the world that you tune into us. Yeah, we have a fantastic episode, a real special treat. Our good friend Marcus Macallum is back. He will be joining us momentarily. Can't wait to talk with him. Oh, and of course, about sports. We have, that's what we are, the Sportz Nutz. But then we also have other things to talk about. Before we get going, though, my man sitting below me, Shane Owen. What's going on, man? Happy Wednesday, sir.
Oh yeah, well, it is hump day, so we're halfway through the week. It's been eventful to say the least with all the weather that we've had, but hey, it's middle of the week, nothing but downhill from here.
Nothing but downhill from here. Yes, for those who don't know what he's talking about, then you definitely living under a rock, because the entire eastern coast has dealt with a massive ice or snow or both. We are not excluded from that situation here in the upstate, as Brian will be so happy to tell you about that too, because he's been dealing with it as well. But our guy Pezman up there, he's been dealing with shoveling the most snow he has ever seen. Pezman, man, how you doing?
All right, let's go. Like McCarthy was saying, all right, let's go. I had to put that out there. I'd never seen an introduction press conference like that before in my life. I had to do that just so all kids aside. Let's have a good show tonight. So let's go. Let's rock.
Absolutely, my man sitting right below Penzman, Brian Pettit in the house. Brian, what's up, man?
Just another day at my job. We had to do snow. We had to shovel snow today, and it wasn't very. It was kind of warm but cold at the same time. And then I got to see my favorite friend Brandon this afternoon. So yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I was at Publix. We were getting Publix subs, and Brian was like, "What you doing for dinner?" And I was like, "Oh, we're having Publix subs." I was like, "Oh, yeah, we're having such and such." I was like, "Oh, where are you at?" And he's like, "I'm right down the road from you." And I was like, "Well, come say hey." Sure enough, and then the girls had a blast seeing Mr. Brian. They always have a blast talking to him.
And tell him what else you saw today, too. That was out of a blue.
All right, so I actually saw a couple of things. So I got to give a special shout-out to Miss Day. She used to be the principal at East End Elementary. My daughters absolutely love her. She's a fantastic lady. We ran into her at Publix, and then, of course, we saw Brian. But y'all, here's something crazy out of the blue. We saw my old truck, the gentleman who bought the truck from where we had traded in at. It was there. The reason why I knew it is because there used to be these two little chips on the head on the tail lights, and they were there. And the front board on the runner board on the front of the truck also was bent. Sure enough, it was the truck, and it was so good to see that truck. I was like, "Oh my God, it's my truck! I miss it. Best truck ever." All right, guys. So we have a very good episode lined up. We have, like I said, our good friend Marcus Macallum will be joining us to talk about sports. What else? But then after he leaves, y'all, we have quite a few other topics. Today is Wednesday, so we're doing another MLB standings. We're talking about the AL East today, so we'll talk a little about it in a little bit. NHL.
Hold on. We did that last week.
No, we didn't. We did the NL East.
No,
we did the AL West. Sorry, AL West. I'm sorry, AL West.
Yeah. Okay.
I misread it. I apologize.
Yeah.
Here's what it says. It literally, I don't know if you can see.
I know. I'm just correcting you. We did the AL East last week.
Yeah, we're doing the AL West today. I apologize. And then we're doing we're talking about the NHL. It is getting really good, really well. We saw the Lightning continue their dominance. How about this?
Yeah.
Buffalo, they've climbed back into the playoff standings, not just fighting for their lives for a wild card. No, they're actually in. If the playoffs started right now, they are in the playoffs hosting, which is crazy to say that because it's been so long. And then also,
is Brandon Keeler a Buffalo Sabre fan?
No, I'm not. I am not. And then also, as you guys remember, we did have Joe Brand, the play-by-play of the Pittsburgh Penguins on. So Pittsburgh's doing some good things. So which teams could start the second half of the season red hot? And some who could work themselves out of the playoffs. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And then, of course, I have a good question for you. With the large amount of new NFL stadiums being built, it got me thinking, which stadiums, current or past even, were some of the best experiences that you've ever had? What are you going to do? What you're going to do is you're going to tell us which two stadiums you've been in. It has to be NFL, though. It can't be any other sport. It has to be NFL stadiums. And what was the experience like? And why would you say they were the best experiences you ever had or the worst you've ever had? And if you can recall, how old were you when you attended those NFL stadiums? Well, that and a whole lot more. We have our honorable mentions. Guys, we have you guys to interact with us and greatly appreciate it. Cannot wait. All right, without further ado, let's bring the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Drum roll, please.
Marcus, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
You guys know how to introduce her, brother. I appreciate it. Always a joy to be on Sportz Nutz. I love it, guys. What's going on?
Man, just a little cold. We're trying to thaw just a little bit.
That's it.
Can you hear me this time?
Yes, I can. I love that draw there.
Yes, right.
Oh, man, Marcus, it's so good to have you back. Welcome back as always, man. Let's get
Sir.
right into it. We did see weather play a huge role in the AFC Championship game this past weekend. Now, you are from the North. You know what it's like to have these crazy sudden weather changes. What do you think the main reason was why the Broncos absolutely laid a giant goose egg after the snow started falling?
It's hard to plan. Bottom line, I mean, I've seen it from the high school to the college to the professional level. You know, growing up in Chicago, I've seen a lot of games in nasty weather. And let me tell you something. Bottom line, it's hard to plan. There's a reason that Chicago was always popular for running the football. It wasn't because we were just so in love with a running back. It's because it's really hard to pass in -2 weather and with snow falling everywhere. It's quite difficult. And if Denver would have had J.K. Dobbins healthy, maybe even had brought in another running back when he got hurt, they got too confident. And, you know, the thing about football is a starting quarterback can go out like that. You have to have a plan in place for if said starting quarterback goes down. And it's crazy as it is, most of these franchises, as much as they invest in a starting quarterback, they refuse to do the same in a backup. And that's just so weird to me. And so we saw Denver have to put a backup quarterback out there, and then the conditions got unfavorable for both teams. But the Patriots had something that the Broncos didn't, and that was a starting quarterback.
It's so weird, man. Like the weather, I mean, you literally, it was night and day difference. I mean, they're driving, they're having a good show, and then literally the snow said, "Hold my beer, I'm coming," and it went whoop, and the team just went.
Yep, we can't do nothing now. We can't do nothing. And talk about passing up on a field goal that came back to haunt Sean Payton big time. Like he was feeling good when he went for it when the weather was looking nice and it was, hey, this is a great idea to go for it on 4th and 1. And then all of a sudden, then when the weather kicked in, oh goodness, that was a bad idea to go for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah, it was so strange to see, you know, especially because Denver, synonymous with cold, high altitude snow. You'd expect it. Nope, not happening. I was rather shocked. All right, Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to switch it over to the Diamond here. The south side of Chi-Town has been pretty busy this offseason with a couple key additions, especially with a couple left-handed pitchers, Anthony Kay and Sean Newcomb coming in, but also bringing in the Japanese star, Murakami. What are your kind of outlook to this White Sox team, and kind of are they going to be poised to make any kind of noise in the Central this year?
Wow, I got mad respect for you, Shane, because most people that bring up baseball in Chicago, the first thing they go to is the Cubs, and rightfully so. The Cubs are the more relevant team in this current climate. That they were in the playoffs last year, and the Sox had the year before the worst record in baseball, and then they were able to muster 60 wins to finish up this season, or at least I guess last season that ended. Um, I expect this team to continue to improve. 60 wins is not something to sniff at. I mean, the Cubs won 90 to make the playoffs. So, okay, can the Sox jump 30 games? Do they have enough talent to jump 30 games to where they could be talking about being in the playoffs? I don't think so. I could we see them though start to knock on that door of 80 wins? That's a possibility. That's a real possibility that you could see this team knocking on that door of 80 wins, but a lot's got to come together. The young pitching has got to continue to accept, which was the funny part about that team last year. If you notice, the pitching actually did a lot better than anyone anticipated. It was the lack of hitting that really sandbagged them. So if they can continue to get that hitting up in the roster and continue, these young stars can continue to shine like Montgomery Colston, Teal, like Murakami, Murakami, you will see a team that, yeah, they could push for 80 wins for sure.
Marcus, we saw your hometown of Chicago honor a legend of the game of basketball this past weekend. The great Derrick Rose finally got his number 1 retired. What's even more interesting is that it's only the 4th player ever in the Bulls to have their number retired. What are some of your favorite memories watching Derrick Rose play?
Man, I thank you for bringing this up, guys, because this has been a little special inside topic that's kind of gone on in the sports world, and it's a more prevalent, I think, of the Chicago scene. But even on the national scene, obviously, we've had a lot of football that's happened. The Super Bowl is getting ready to come about us. But a very special person, got honored in Chicago last Saturday night, and that was Derrick Rose. I actually sat up and I watched it. And I don't watch a lot of players' jerseys get retired. I mean, and it's not a biased thing. I'm a national sports news guy, as you know, with Prime Cover Sports Network. So I watch everything, and I appreciate all sports. But I wanted to stay up and watch this one. And let me tell you, my favorite Derrick Rose memory is when he hit that game winner against the Bucks. I know a lot of people like to bring up the dunk against Dragic, but that wasn't it for me. It was the game against in Milwaukee, and it looks like it's over. And Derrick gets the ball from the inbound, comes around, splashes, and you knew the team knew, everybody knew this guy is a legit superstar, because it ain't about what you do in quarters 1, 2, and 3. It's how you close. That's what makes you special. And it was that moment when he closed, it said, yeah, this guy's the real deal. He's a superstar.
Oh, man, he was an absolute legend. Shane, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know we talked about the WNBA and the possibility of a strike, but let's just kind of rule that out right now and say they get something worked out before the season would start. What are your opinions and outlook for your hometown Chicago Sky, along with some of the other powerhouses in the league?
My outlook on the Sky is not good currently. The draft, they're going to have to utilize and definitely do better in free agency than they did last year. Obviously, they'll be returning with Courtney Vandersloot, who's coming back from a knee injury. They'll be returning with Angel Reese now, who will be in her 3rd season. Same with Carmela Cardosa. They'll have Haley Van Lith, who's now going to be in her 2nd season, and seems like she's worked really hard on her game. Those pieces are going to have to be cornerstones for the Sky. But remember, they finished bad. So how about you make sure you draft someone that can score? Like that more than anything has befuddled me. Okay, you got Angel, you got Cordos. What did you do in last year's draft? You got Haley Van Lith, a young kid that was still trying to learn how to become a scorer. She wasn't polished and put together like some other players that I've seen come out of college. So get someone that can score like you had in Angel Reese's first year when they had picked up I can't think of the young lady's name right now. It'll come back to me. But they cut her after one. They cut her after one season. They didn't know they didn't resign her, and I felt like she really helped the team because she was a scorer, and that's what you need. You need
Was it
someone
Brees Hall?
that can score. No. It was God. I like I said, it'll come back to me because she's not on the team. She wasn't on the team last year, but the year before, and it's just exactly what they need. They need a top tier scorer. And now what I'm looking at from the rest of the league, in terms of powerhouse, um, man, I'm excited to see what Indiana's going to be like. I'm excited to see Caitlin Clark. She's coming off of injury. She's been working at her craft, chomping at the bit to get out there. They still made the playoffs even with her going down. That team is solid. They are poised. They are right there. And if she comes out the gate hot, and that man, let me tell you, they could really make a push against the Vegas and the New York Liberties, who are gonna be this. They're both teams are gonna be still top of the class, but really look from a push from the Fever to start making some noise. And then Minnesota, you can't leave them out. They've got a solid core. Nafessa Carlier is a beast.
Was it Brianna Maxwell at a Gonzaga?
Brianna Maxwell. No. What the heck was her name? Because she was Ken. she would joke. She would joke and say that she was Ken and Barbie. That her and Angel Reese were because Angel Reese, they called Angel Reese Barbie, and she said that she was Ken. And Shanae, it's something with a C. And I'm just gonna come back to me. And when they didn't bring her back, man, it was so obvious that they lacked score. They tried to replace it with Ariel Atkins, and that didn't work out. And hopefully, I'm really hoping they can score in this draft, and they need to get someone that can fill the bucket up. It just plain and simple. Looking for a big season also from Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers had a really quiet, awesome rookie of the year. It happened. She got rookie of the year, but it wasn't a lot of noise behind it, which was kind of funny to me because it was like, she was so highly touted coming out of college. It was like, where's the publicity and hype for her? And she's literally winning rookie of the year. So that was a little strange, and they need to get that worked out. But that Dallas team is gonna be exciting to see with her coming back in her second year. And yeah, those are the teams that I'm most excited to see in this WNBA season.
All right, Brian, go ahead, man.
Hey, Marcus, I'm not going to hold to you that you're a Chicago White Sox fan because I'm a big Cubs fan and everything, so I ain't going to hold you to that.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but I want to know, I've been a Bulls fan most of my life. What is it like to be covering the Bulls and, covering the White Sox, some of that stuff too? Because I've been a Bulls fan and a Cubs fan. So what's it like, doing in your industry like that, covering those teams?
Well, you know what? It's kind of interesting. It really is because you come up as a fan, and then you become a pundit, and then now you're someone that's covering these teams. I can say this much, that as exciting as it can be, it's humbling, and you are even more excited to do your job because you know that your job is what allowed you to be here, to be amongst these athletes, to be in these storied franchise buildings where they got a lot of history, a lot of ambiance. And you're now sitting here, you're sitting in the writer's room, or you're sitting afterwards and you're getting to interview players, and you're in the dugout, and it is something special. And if anything, you just kind of, you feel ready for that moment. You definitely feel, like I say, humbled and deserving, because you've worked hard to get there. They're not just, letting anyone in the locker rooms or in the press or in the press box, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Shane. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so I know we touched on it, and I see the hoodie right there, but the Bears came up just short against the Rams in that NFC divisional round. They made plenty of moves last offseason to get them in that position. What moves, if you were in the front office there with Chicago, would you make to put them and push them to that Super Bowl contention level?
Well, they got a monkey wrench thrown in the plan when Ozzie Tripoli got hurt. He's the left tackle that they drafted out of Boston College in the second round last year. He was elevated. He started out on the bench, and then he got himself ready. They worked him, they coached him, and then he eventually got to the point where he was the starting left tackle, and he was doing an excellent job and looked like he was poised to be their future starting left tackle. And he suffered a patella tendon injury, which means he's going to be out for the whole year next year. So Caleb, if you've noticed, has been their priority from the jump. That's how they treated the draft last year, where Caleb Williams was priority over the defense. They wanted to make sure he had the proper weapons he needed, that he had offensive line help, and that's where they made sure they focused their first 3 picks. This year, I know that they wanted to go heavily on the defensive end, the defensive line particularly. That now is going to be a little bit of a cat and mouse game, because that you still have a really good left tackle, but he's going to be hurt for the year, and you got to find someone to fill that gap. That might have to happen in the draft, because it's not like there's just, great left tackles just sitting out there on the market saying, hey, I'm ready to come and fill in for a year. So they're going to have to address that along with defensive line. And I think they're having the 25th pick in the draft this year, unless you can find some kind of way to maneuver up. I know the draft is deep in defensive linemen this year. I think that the Bears are more than likely going to probably use their first pick on a defensive lineman. They're probably going to try to sneak in a second-round pick and get an offensive tackle again. And if they can trade and make a move, get into the second round again, that's where they're going to try to dip and probably double down and get another defensive end. And then they're going to round out the trenches with tackles, because they still need a 3 technique. They haven't found that yet. And just as much as they need a defensive edge, that 3 technique tackle is essential to what the Bears are trying to do on defense.
Absolutely. All right, Benjamin, go ahead, man.
All right. March 6th is the NHL trade deadlines, and you guys, Chicago Blackhawks, are 57 points. Are you guys going to make the playoffs, or are you going to make a move before the trade deadline, or what? What's going to happen with Chicago Blackhawks?
Pittman, can I ask you this? Do you want the Blackhawks to make the playoffs?
I don't care.
You want to see Connor Bedard? No, you want to see Bedard, don't you? You want to see Connor, don't you? You want to see Connor in the playoffs.
We do. Come on.
Right, you want to see Connor in the playoffs. Just say it. So
is he young Crosby?
Exactly.
Yes.
So to answer your question right there, you darn right. I want the Blackhawks to try to do something to where they can get in. I want to see this young kid, this young phenom, when hockey is bringing its best, and that's this NHL playoffs. We know that is some of the best hockey out there. So yeah, I want to see it happen, but is it gonna happen? They're in a tough division, man. They still don't have enough on offense. The trade, but who are you going to give away? You remember, you got to give to get. So what, you're going to give away one of your young, talented players in hopes of just making the playoffs and getting bounced? I don't think that's the right way.
I'm just asking, do you have any prospects you can give up to somebody or something?
No, that's my whole point. I don't want to. I don't want to give up any prospects, because if you do, you could end up giving up You could end up giving up some guy that could be, Danny Malkin to Sidney. You called the kid Sidney Crosby, right? Well, he still hasn't found this Malkin yet. We're not giving him no prospects until we get that next Danny Malkin to go along with our new Sidney Crosby. Okay.
I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Marcus, real quick before I let you go, you see what's going on in the college basketball world. There's only two. I mean, there's 2 undefeateds left. Who would have thought, by the way, going into this season, you would say Miami of Ohio is 21-0 and Arizona is 21-0. Like, that's an unusual to think of. But, what are those two? One of those 2 teams going to be the ones that are going to make you say, I'm gonna be paying attention to them? Or is there another sleeper team that you're circling that said that maybe they could make a huge splash towards the NCAA tournament?
I'm pulling a homer. Illinois. You better keep your eyes on them. Okay? You better keep your eye on that young Stojakovic, all right? Keep your eyes. But now I will say this much though, and all serious. I have tried to understand the tournament, get knowledge of who's got it. It's very rare when there's like, hey, this team is clear cut. They're gonna win the tournament. And so I try not to even think about picking someone until we get into conference play. And conference play is usually more of an indicator, somewhat, because you still get these upsets. I mean, man, how many times have your brackets been busted? My bracket gets busted every year. I don't even.
Mine's after the first 3 games.
I don't even try anymore. I'm like, really? All of a sudden, St. Mary's from nowhere defeats North Carolina. I'm done. Like it happens every year. So, that's why I'm gonna be a homer and I'm gonna say my sleeper team is Illinois, because I'm telling you, the tournament is anyone's game, especially now with NIL and the transfer portal. No team is a powerhouse. I mean, heck, you still can't count out UConn. I don't care. I love their coach. The guy's just a winner, and people like that always find a way to rise up in the tournament. So you just gotta, look. My advice to anybody out there that's trying to follow the college basketball scene when the tournament hits, look for the team that's playing together the most. Like last year when we saw that Florida Gator team. I remember when they beat Alabama in the conference championship. And I knew then, I said, this team's going to go deep. I saw the way they play. I saw how they play, together as one. So to me, that's going to be everyone's best indicator. Wait until conference play and look at the team that has the most cohesion, not the team that leans on one player to take them there.
Amen to that one. Marcus, man, I always have a blast having you on, and I know you're talking to a good friend of ours on Thursday, actually, Mr. Mark Livingston,
Yes.
And I'm really excited about that one. Can you let everybody know when the next episode of your show airs?
Oh, brother, thank you so much. We're going to be airing on Monday, Unfiltered Sports on Prime Covered Sports Network channel, YouTube live stream. It's every Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. And if you're Eastern Time, that's 6 to 8 p.m. So, man, I love for you guys always having me on. I want you guys to make sure you check me out on Monday, because I always make sure to check out Sportz Nutz whenever you guys are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if I'm correct, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Right.
And we're going to be there tuning in loud and proud. And, man, and Marcus, I'm telling you, man, if I can have you on again real soon, like really soon, I'm going to be right there. Be like, hey, I gotta get my guy Marcus here. Sound good?
Sounds good. Hey, well, guess what? How about this? Are you guys planning on doing on Monday after the big game? Because we could do a little, after, a little Monday after the Super Bowl discussion. We'll break down all what we saw. We'll break down commercials. We'll have some fun with it.
I'm down for it. If you're down to come on, we're definitely down to have you do it, man.
That's
Let's
right.
do it. Let's rock and roll. That could rock and roll for sure.
Right on, Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I want you to go and have a fantastic evening. I know you just got home from work, man, but thank you for coming on. We really do appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. All right, brother?
All right. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great show, and I'll be still listening in.
Right on, man.
All right.
Take care.
Appreciate it,
Thanks,
bud.
Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus.
Oh, man. Always love having him on. He is fantastic. He's a hoot. I love it. All right, guys. So let's get it going. Like I said, we have a lot to cover. Let's get it covering. Obviously, we're going to start with the NFL stadiums. There's been so many stadiums that are being erected. And there's conversations of brand news coming up there. So it got me thinking, what was the most enjoyable experience you ever had at an NFL stadium? Give me two. And it can be from the past. It can even be from the present stadiums. I don't really care which one, but I want to know what your experience was like and if you can recall how old you are. So the first person I want to go to on this is Shane.
I can tell you, I've really only been to one actual game in an NFL stadium. And of course, that was Bank of America. There watching the Panthers. And the most enjoyable game that I've been to at that stadium is probably, I forget, it was 2003 or 4. Atlanta came, and me being a Vic fan, I believe he went off that game for a couple hundred yards passing and about 100 rushing. So I had the white jersey up in the stands. So I thoroughly enjoyed that game. But, I know you're not going to like this one. Matt's probably not going to like this one. But I was able to visit the Superdome pre-Katrina. And that's a pretty interesting place. I'd visited the Georgia Dome before and all that, but Superdome just pre-Katrina was just kind of one of those things that it's kind of a spectacle that we got to witness. I'd say probably 12, 13 years old.
That's still a pretty cool experience. All right, let's go to you, Pinsman. What about you?
Well, I basically live in Acro Stadium / Heinz Field. That's the main stadium I go to if I go to a game. But I've been to a bunch of that game. I went to the Steelers and Ravens game at Christmas time when the Steelers won the division, and then Antonio Brown got the touchdown. I went like this to me, so that was cool. I went to Philadelphia and I saw RG3 and Carson Wentz go at it. Carson Wentz's first game. My friend got me tickets for the Eagles game, so I went with them. The Philly, let me tell you, I don't care if I have Eagles fans listening. Eagles fans, you got to be respectful. You guys, it's 32 teams. They treat the same, but you don't have to be nasty to the other team. So that's why I don't like. That's the main reason they announced RG3 when he first came out, and they said something I didn't like. But they're NFL players. Treat them like they're NFL players. But Philadelphia was all right, but my home stadiums, this is the Steelers. I've been to a lot of them. I went to the Cowboys game. I was disappointed because Ezekiel Elliott ran through our defense and won when Dak Prescott and Zeke were rookies back then. So it was a good experience, but it was a bad game. So back to Brandon.
So before I go to Brian, because I want to hear Brian's too. Mine was, I've been to multiple, obviously, Atlanta Falcons games. I've been to when they played at Fulton County Stadium, which not many people probably remember. That used to be a real rust bucket. Back then, NFL and MLB used to share stadiums. So the last team that did it actually was the Oakland Athletics and the Oakland Raiders. They used to share the same at the Oakland Coliseum. But I remember going to that game. It was the last game ever played for the Atlanta Falcons at Fulton County. It was a lot of fun. But then I remember going to that Monday Night Football game, the game after Dion had been traded, and he came to Atlanta, and him and Andre Rison got to a fight on Monday Night Football. That was absolutely insane to see. It takes a second to say, was that real? But I remember at the end of the game when we were heading home, they aired the press conference, and Dion said, "This was my house. I built the Georgia Dome. This is my house." I remember that distinctively. And, Dion made all the Atlanta Falcons fans eat crow that time because it literally belonged to what Dion did. But there's been so many other great moments. I was there I was at a Falcons game when Jamal started doing the Dirty Bird at home. And I remember the fans were going electric when Jamal started doing the Dirty Bird. I was there also. Shane, the first time Michael Vick stepped onto the field for the Atlanta Falcons, the entire Georgia Dome was electric as could be. I remember when he broke his leg, how the whole fan base was upset. It's just, there's so many good memories. Definitely, though, will be the best ones, though, will have to be when my sister Jessica took me to the Monday Night Football game when Deion Sanders got into a fight. That was my best one ever going to, because I was there with my sister. Jessica introduced me to all sports, and the rest is history. I love sports. All right, Brian, what about you, man? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I got a story here for you first, Brandon. Do you remember the old Atlanta Falcons with Glanville when they were practicing?
Yep.
Okay.
Jerry Glanville,
I went to one of their practices in Gwinnett, Georgia. I think that's where it was a long time ago. Also, I've been to 2 stadiums. I've been to Tennessee in Nashville and to the Carolina Panthers Stadium. And I watched the 49ers win years ago when they played who was it? It was the Carolina Panthers. And then the Tennessee Titans, I don't know who they played, but they had Gore at the running back then too. So, yeah. So I saw 2 exciting football games. And let me tell you, they're 2 totally different total different game styles, because I'll tell you what, Nashville has every person in America that comes down in Nashville, and you see some of the stars and everything. So that's just kind of my experience.
That is true. I've heard a lot of people say that. You know, our good friend Hank has also said that it's just something about Nashville. Our guy John, who has his own show, the Pitch Good Podcast. The reason why he's not commenting, he's actually recording his episode right now. But he has also said that it's just something different about the fans in Nashville. It really is a whole different breed. As you know, it's funny you mentioned that, Brian. My bucket list destination to go visit is a Nashville Preds game because of how passionate Nashville fans in general. They are ultra passionate. They hit the ground running with their soccer team. They absolutely hit the lottery with their football program. You know, people still kind of are upset that they left Houston to go to Tennessee, but they do really good there. They do really good. They do have a basketball team, but it's all the way in Memphis. It's the Memphis Grizzlies. But it's just something about Tennessee. Yeah.
I want to clear something up right here.
But
I didn't say you. I said some fans. I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of all, but some fans out there, they are kind of rowdy.
Yeah, we actually had one. There was actually, and Shane was a part of this short. Hank did a short with us, and it was me, Matt, Shane, and Hank. And no, it was me, Shane, and Hank. I believe we all talked about the Philadelphia Eagles fans and how eccentric they are. They legitimately are some of the most eccentric fans. But Philadelphia fans, they're kind of wishy-washy. You know, Mark, I got to take a stab at you, man, with this too, because Philadelphia fans throw snowballs at Santa. Just saying that out of truth.
I get it. I get it. I clearly get it. He says it's just a passion. I get it.
So let's go on to this next one. The NHL really is getting good. Like I said, we did see the Lightning. They have continued their winning ways. They are now the second best team points total. Remember, points count more than wins in the NHL point total.
You sure?
Because Colorado is at 79 as of tonight. Colorado, before tonight's game, Colorado's at 79 points, and Tampa Bay is at 70. Number 3 behind them is Carolina at 69, but number 3 also is double tie because Detroit is right there. But also, how about this, y'all? Buffalo knocking on that door. I really cannot get over what is going on in Buffalo Sabres land. And Pinsman, you've already alluded to it. They haven't been good since Dominic Hasek days. So I'm going to go actually right to you right away, Pinsman. of every team we saw, including your team, which teams could start the second half of the season red hot, like Red October? And then also, which teams could work themselves out of the playoff competition?
Well, I'm currently watching the Columbus and the Flowers games, so the Flowers they can get themselves out. Tampa Bay they're pretty much secured. Buffalo if they keep going they could. You said they're already in, but if they can actually go for a division title if they keep pushing. Penguins they can't.
Boston better watch out. That's gonna say
Yeah, I know. The Boston's they're slipping. It's interesting. We'll see what happens. Hockey's a fun sport, and you gotta watch Virginia Hurricanes. They might go back. They might slip back if they lose a couple. So I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody can win at any time. All right, Shane. What about you? Which team or teams do you think are going to come out red hot, like Red October, and which teams could work themselves out of the playoffs?
Well, of course, I'm going to say Carolina is going to be one hot team.
No, really? We're giving that away. Breaking news. Shane Owen likes the Carolina Hurricane.
The Virginia Hurricanes.
Well, of course, in the latest power rankings that came out, you've got Colorado at number 1, Tampa Bay at number 2, and Carolina sitting there at 3. And Buffalo and Detroit have kind of been swapping back and forth on that 4 and 5
catching up
spot.
to you, though, Shane. We're catching up to you.
Yeah. Well, you got to do a little bit more catching there.
Yeah, you might want to feel your neck there, buddy.
Yeah. Well, you might be nipping on the heels, but at least you're still on the heels.
Yeah, I know.
But one team that I'm particularly kind of looking forward to in the second half of the season is going to be Dallas Stars. I think that they have a couple good pieces that are finally starting to gel there, and I could see them making a late playoff push. So that's one of those kind of under the radar teams that I'm looking forward to. But of course, we're blasting the horns. It's hurricane season around here.
I got one name that you guys have not mentioned, and Pinsman, I'm really disappointed in you on this. Who do you think I'm going to mention as I'm disappointed in you?
It's Penguins.
No. It is a northern team. You ready? Minnesota Wild, y'all. They're only 9 points away behind Colorado. Again, yeah. This NHL season is by far one of the best seasons I have watched in a long time. Brian, I know you're a Nashville Preds guy, but let's look at the how things have gone, man. Who in your eyes, Brian, do you think could be the hottest of hottest teams to start the second half? And also the same question, who do you think could see working themselves out of the playoffs?
I can see the Vegas Golden Knights could actually that could be a big one. And then the one that can be falling would probably be, let's see if the Detroit Red Wings will fall. Let's see how
I like that.
So let's see what they can do at the end of the year. So that's my upward and downward trend.
I can see that happening too.
I could absolutely, I absolutely could see, because Detroit, they haven't been good. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pinsman. It's been since the early 2000s, right? Was the last time Detroit was really relevant, wasn't it?
Since Osgood.
Yeah, so it's been a really, really
Osgood was their best.
Really long time.
But now, shout out to Kane. He became the highest scoring point total for a USA-born player.
That's right.
Red Wings now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right. I see you. I see you.
I'm about to say, look at Shane. Look at that.
Shane coming up in here.
And another thing that I agree with Brian on.
Shane got some rest this week.
Yeah. Detroit, their point or their goal differential, they're only at a +6 goal differential, and to be sitting there at 69 points, +6 goal differential. I mean, that's a lot.
Wait! I gotta call the newspaper. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news: Shane actually knew point. I love it, Shane. Let's go.
Hey, Brandon, why did you not use the sports thing? Why did you not use the the sports breaking
Wait.
news.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me get to it. Wait.
Yeah, we gotta wait. There you go.
Shane's
let's
growing up
see.
so fast, Brandon.
He knows hockey. I love it. Oh, it makes me so happy to hear this. But I
Shane's
absolutely
growing
am
up,
agreeing with you on
Brandon.
that, Brian. I know he's grown up before Bias. I'm so proud of you.
I know.
Oh, no, what's next? I'm just kidding. No, but Brian, I'm actually going to agree with you. I think Detroit is the team you got to watch for and watch out for the possibility they could have an absolute collapse. I'm going to tag a little bit also on you with you talking about the Vegas Golden Knights. They're only a point ahead of Edmonton for the Pacific. Could Edmonton, remember, and this very well, Pinsman, Edmonton started out looking like they were dead out of water, and they've really turned it around. I mean, they're making splashes the right way. We'll see.
I've been saying this all along. Don't count Connor McDavid out. He's got
That's
his
right.
gold medal. He wants that Stanley Cup final. He wants to hoist it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we will see. All right, let's go to our next topic. This is the one we like to do. It is time for us to do the MLB standings again. Now, we've done the NL East and the AL East. Well, today we're going to do the AL West. That is, in case you guys don't know this, it is the Seattle Mariners, it is the Houston Astros, the Texas Rangers, and there's no longer called the Oakland Athletics, just called the Athletics, and then the Los Angeles Angels. What I want you guys to do is give us your overall record
I'm so
prediction.
proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
You know what? Who wins the division? What are their playoff seedings, and could they win the AL pennant and even the World Series? Let's go to you, Pinsman. We're going to start with you on this one, and then we're going to go to Shane and finish with Brian. All right, Seattle Mariners. What do you give them?
Ooh. Well, it's gonna be a dogfight between the Astros because you know how the cheating scandal and all that. Yeah. I don't know. We'll give it to Seattle. We'll see if Seattle can. They've been coming up good. And they had a good year last year. So
How many wins do they get next year?
93.
All right. Houston Astros. How much do you give them?
If they don't cheat, about 88 to 90.
It is the Houston Astros. Texas Rangers. What do you give them?
I give them third place at 80.
Okay. And then what about the Athletics? It's so weird not saying the Athletics.
Yeah. They're still coming. They're still trying to figure out the West Coast. So I give them 75.
And what about the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim? Guess I brought that up.
Yeah, they're not as good as they were with Ohtani and the healthy Trout. So they do have good pitching, but I could give them that 70 wins and bring up the rear.
Who wins that division?
Seattle does.
All right. And what is their playoff seeding? Do they host or are they on the wild card?
I think they'll host it. I think they'll host a playoff game, and I give them third seed.
All right. And could they win the AL pennant?
If they stay healthy, I know. If they stay healthy in the playoffs, I can see them. If they had a good run like last year, so we'll see what happens. But
could the Mariners finally win the World Series, though? Could they finally win it?
No. They have to get one more piece.
All right, I like that. All right, so let's go to you. Seattle Mariners, what do you give them?
I can tell you they have a lot of young talent that is good.
They do.
And they've really added on with a couple of roster moves that they've made this offseason. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're looking at close to 100 wins for these guys.
What about the Houston Astros?
Houston Astros, I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be a down year for them. So I'm going to say around the 80-85 range.
I like that. All right. What about the other Texas team, the Texas Rangers?
Texas Rangers, I can kind of put them in that 75 to 85 win range.
The Rangers.
this division was the most closely competitive division from top to bottom last year that we saw. So, this is going to be another competitive division this year, but it's going to be close in the middle of the pack. I just see Seattle kind of running away towards the end with it, though.
What do you see about the Athletics? What do you see them doing?
I'm not sure. This one kind of scares me. I could go anywhere from 40 to 65 wins on this team. They haven't made a lot of splash this offseason. And, with moving cities into a new ballpark and everything, that can kind of become a little taxing on the players over the course of the long 162 game season. So, like I said, anywhere from 40 to 65 on them.
Oof. And they're playing in where the Sacramento team plays. So yeah, they're not really exactly having the home field advantage, although in their eyes they could, because they at one point did have 200 people at a game. So I'm just saying. And the last one is the LA Angels of Anaheim. What do you see them doing?
I can see them kind of bouncing back this year, kind of anywhere from that 70 to 80 win range. They've got a lot of live arms there in their bullpen, and we all know that's the biggest key to a season in the MLB is health and your starting rotation. So I could give them a boost this year, I believe, and put them in that range.
Now, you did say you saw Seattle overrun in the division. What is the playoff? What are you, in your eyes, what are the playoff seedings? Do you see Seattle having home field throughout the AL playoffs? What do you think?
I can see it'll be a race for the 1 seed in the AL between Seattle and one of the 3 AL East teams. That's they're going to be back and forth, especially I believe the Yankees and the Blue Jays are going to be up there in win totals. So, it's just going to be kind of contingent on division play and stuff like that. And I think Seattle gains a little bit more wins there than anybody in the AL East would, kind of generally. So I could see them get that 1 seed.
I like it. Now, last question. Do you think Seattle could finally win that ever elusive World Series?
They've got the talent to, but between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, Yankees and the Braves, and even the Phillies, this year I believe is going to be an NL year when it comes to the World Series again. So I believe Phillies, Dodgers, Braves are going to be those teams that are going to be those true World Series contenders. Although Seattle, they prove it throughout the season with their young talent, they can make a serious case as well.
I agree. I like it. Brian, so we don't want to burn too much time. Real quick, who wins the division in your eyes?
Mine is going to come down to probably Houston and Seattle, and I'm going to pick Houston, and stuff. So I'm going to go big. I'm gonna be the.
You just turned my head on that one. I literally was like, "Whoa, okay."
All
right. So then, do they win?
I'll give it real quick. I think the Mariners will win 90 games, and Houston's will right behind them, like 86 to 87 wins. Texas 82 to 83, and the Athletics 75 to 77. And the Los Angeles Angels 71 and 73. So that's how mine would look out. So
I like it. What now? I'm going to ask you the same question.
Okay.
If Seattle does go all the way, can Seattle finally win that elusive World Series?
It depends on what they do, because you got the Dodgers in that division too.
Dodgers play everybody.
Yeah. So I don't know, and it depends on New York Yankees too. They're going to be in that, and so you're going to have a 3-way battle on that one. So it's going to get ugly in the American League,
Well, there you have it, folks. That is our predictions. Stay tuned for next Wednesday because we have another lineup for. Real quick, go ahead, Benson. What's up?
I was just going to say, Shane just put the Braves as a contender.
Shane is a Braves fan. He is a diehard
Yes,
Braves
I
fan.
know, I
actually.
know, but I'm surprised that he actually put him as a contender, World Series contender.
I think they're going to turn heads. I really do. I think Atlanta.
I don't know.
I think last year was just a fluke injury bug for literally the entire Atlanta Braves team. I mean, you couldn't script it any better for the injury bug to happen than to lose literally your entire starting rotation, almost your entire starting rotation in general was almost all eradicated because of injury. Right. So we will. I think Atlanta will have a way better year. We did just get another good signing. They've hit the ground running with the arm situation, so we'll see. You know, it all depends on the rotation, as Shane and Brian have both alluded to. The starting rotation is going to be the key to everything. All right, let's get to our next favorite subject. Ready? I know we have sports stories. Shane will come in just a minute. We're going to do honorable mentions, then Shane's going to do his sports story. My first honorable mention, remember, this is honorable mention, just giving quick little shout outs to sports stories that maybe the mainstream media doesn't always cover or they don't mention enough of. I want to say shout out to the Lady Commodores of Vanderbilt. They started out 20-0. Yes, they did get blown up by South Carolina 103-74 the other day. But at one point, y'all, this was really strange. Both men's and women's basketball for Vanderbilt were undefeated, and this actually is turning out to be what could be the best season ever in Lady Commodores history. So definitely give a shout out to them. All right, Shane, give us your honorable mention, sir.
My first honorable mention, I'm going to shout out McKenna Cook and the University of Nebraska, specifically Matt Rule. McKenna is the first female athlete in flag football to receive a Power 4 scholarship offer. Nebraska is working towards making that a varsity sport, especially in, I believe they want to start 2028. Same year as the Summer Olympics, we'll be bringing that sport into the games. So, shout out to McKenna Cook and the University of Nebraska for, breaking that barrier, to say the least.
I like it. All right, Benjamin, give us your next, give your honorable mention, sir.
My first honorable mention, even though he did lose, to give it out to the Denver Bronco, Jared. He did do good. He played fairly well, but gotta give him credit. He hasn't played all year. He came out, played New England. He fought well for half of the game, but that's my first honorable mention.
All right, Brian, give us your honorable mention. I know it's a good one because you shared it with me already.
Well, this one's actually it is hit the actually, I didn't know this, but the 96 Wildcats down in 96 hires Austin Sargent as a head coach. He was the offensive line coach at Emerald High School. So that is actually new at 96.
96 is actually not too far, y'all, the way. In case you don't know, 96 is not too far outside of Greenwood, and Emerald is actually in Greenwood region.
Yeah.
Brian knows that is actually from Greenwood.
So shout out to him as a new coach for there, and congratulations to him. That just hit the news a while ago. So yeah.
My next one is going to be shout out goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're 15-1-1 in their last 17 games. They're only 9 points behind the top team in all of NHL in Colorado. But Mike, my feeling is can they overtake the Avs and win the President's Trophy? I say don't win the President's Trophy because no one's ever won the President's Trophy and Stanley Cup in the same year ever. But I would like to see them get close to winning the President. Let Colorado do it, and then let Tampa Bay win the Stanley Cup. That's just mine. All right, Shane, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had kind of alluded to it when Marcus Mack was on with us, but, and then there were only two. We've got Miami of Ohio and Arizona, the only two Division I men's basketball programs still left with an unblemished record. Arizona, of course, has got multiple tough games coming up. I believe the top 5 or 6 in the Big 12 are ranked in the top 15.
They've got a gauntlet. They really have a gauntlet of a schedule coming up.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can remain undefeated, and can Miami take this into their conference tournament and even to the NCAA tournament? So it's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the season for those two teams in particular.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait to see what happens. All right, Pinsman, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
We're sticking with the college basketball. Honorable mention is Duke Blue Devils. They're 19-1. We lost. The only loss was to Texas Tech, and that was 2 points, 84-82. But let's see how they go. Let's see if they can keep this trend going. I know we're relying on Boozer too much, but we'll see what happens.
Who is this?
I have no
Wherever you are, man,
idea.
thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you, man. Absolutely. On that one. All right, Brian, give us your honorable mention, sir.
I'm going to give it to all the state employees that has worked over the weekend at the work a lot of hours away from their families last weekend, all the snowstorm. So this goes out to all the state employees for all this, for working their tails off. So yeah, you got to give a shout out to them because they probably worked a lot of hours, just on a snowstorm.
Absolutely. Sorry, I had to plug my computer in. All right, my last honorable mention, and this is going to be hard to say, but I'm doing it, y'all. Shout out to Luka Doncic. The reason why is because I hate the Lakers, but for becoming the fourth fastest player in NBA history to reach 2,000 points. So tip my cap to Luka Doncic. An old friend, keep going, guys. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I know who that is. Okay. Oh, man. Good to see you. Dang, I haven't seen you forever, man. Oh, Shane. All right. Shane, you know who that is, right?
No.
He's from when Hank was on the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. It took me a second to recognize. Oh, man. But Shane, give us your last honorable mention because I need to get to your sports story. So what is your last honorable mention, sir?
My last honorable mention is going to be a shout out to ESPN NBA insider Shams, Glorilla, and DJ Mustard. They've been named to play in the Celebrity All-Star game coming up here on the 13th of February. And also shout out goes to Mookie Betts for being named the coach of the All-Star Celebrity team as well. So be interesting to see who else they put out, and should be a fun time in LA coming that All-Star weekend.
Absolutely. All right, Pinsman, give us your final honorable mention, sir.
I'm done. I have no more.
All right, Brian, come on. I know you get that one honorable mention you told me about. Come on.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
You got to help me with his last name, though.
Okay,
this guy, he's actually a skyscraper climber. Okay, Alex is his first name. He does.
His name is Honnold.
Yes.
Honnold. Excuse me.
He did actually a solo climbing, actually the world largest, tallest building without rope and harnesses, and he actually did it this Saturday.
That's insane. That's
he
insane
climbed
that he did that.
Biggest thing without, any harnesses, and that's incredible though that you could do that.
Yeah, he scaled the third tallest building in the world in Chinese Taipei area in Taiwan, and it was over 101 stories, is what they said, or something like that. He did it without any rope, any harnesses. The only thing he had is if he did fall, they did have a net. But think about this for a second. If you're falling at 101 stories, that's not going to catch you.
No.
That you are not being caught. Just saying. But
I'll be there. I'll catch you.
I'll get you. Which part did you catch is the question.
Sorry, Homer.
I couldn't decide which one to catch, but yeah, I caught a little bit. Yeah, but that absolutely was insane. But one of the dumbest things you could not pay me enough. I don't care if you offer me $25 trillion. I'm telling you no, because I'm definitely afraid of heights. I absolutely am petrified of heights. All right, my man Shane here has a sports story that guy was nuts. I loved it. All right, Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah. So my sports story, something that we've talked about kind of coming in the foreseeable future with conference realignment and all. Kind of goes to that, but Rutgers, they're going broke by being in the Big Ten.
Oof, absolutely.
They are at a $516.9 million deficit since joining the Big Ten. in
Insane.
2014. Just last year alone.
That's the story right there. That's the true story that Shane is reading to you. That's Rutgers. So just to show he's not telling you saying.
Yeah, just last year alone, their
He's not
athletic
telling you,
department
Shane.
was at a $78 million deficit. They're only in football. They're 22-84 in conference play since joining. So losing money by staying in the Big Ten the way they are, even with I think it was $56 million they got from the revenue boost from the TV deal that the Big Ten got this past year or last year. It's they're losing money by trying to stay competitive in this conference. We always talk about conference realignment, and that could possibly be a big thing where we're talking about the ACC and the Big 12 joining to make one super conference, and then the Big 10 and the SEC to join and make one big super conference. And then it really leaves this question to a lot of these, lesser known schools in these bigger conferences. Are we going to stay and be irrelevant here and lose money, or should we go back down to a group of 5 conference and compete? So that's just kind of a story I came across, and I kind of started looking into numbers and stuff like that, and really intrigued me, and just thought that it'd be something good story to share with you guys tonight.
So basically, you went down a rabbit hole and you found a whole lot more rabbit holes. Yeah. I mean, think about this for a second, y'all. $500 million, like Rutgers, the All-Americans calling, they would love to I guarantee you, if they went to the AAC, watch how fast people are saying, oh man, Rutgers is a perennial powerhouse. They're coming here and they're beating everybody up. And what are we going to do? But they couldn't do nothing in the other conference. So.
And another sad thing about it is we're talking about this big of a deficit, but yet Greg Soriano is scheduled to be the 36th highest paid college football coach this year with the annual salary of $6 million.
How about Greg Schiano absolutely stinking it up in the NFL, and he gets his old job back, and he is mediocre, and he's still getting paid? Absolutely insane. Hey, real quick, I want to give a special shout out to the Atlanta Hawks right now. They are up by 30 over the Boston Celtics. That's insane.
Huh?
The Atlanta Hawks are up by 30 on the Boston Celtics. So tip your caps to the Atlanta Hawks. I literally just texted Matt and I said, dude, what's going on with the Atlanta Hawks? They're up by 30. That's absolutely insane.
Is she going to have a Cowboys Cup too?
No, he's drinking at Clemson.
We'll take a Cowboys Cup.
And Brandon, also breaking news too. They just announced this a minute ago that the weather issues, the Vandy and Ole Miss game has been moved to Friday to Birmingham. So that was just announced. So there you go on that one.
I like it. All right, look, y'all. As you guys have heard by now, hopefully you have. If you haven't, you're still living under a rock. Get out from under that rock for real. There is a very high probability, like 98% probability, there's going to be a good snowstorm in the southeast. They're saying here in the upstate of South Carolina, and this is as of 30 minutes ago from Chris Justice at WIFF4. Shout out to Chris Justice. He has upped his total to average of 6 to 9 inches in the upstate of South Carolina. However, this is what's going to be eye-popping. Wilmington, North Carolina, the beach, y'all. The beach is 12 to 18 inches of snow. Who would have thunk it? The ocean gets more snow than the mountains at the time. It's just absolutely insane.
It's gonna be too cold to snow up here. It's supposed to be like 3 degrees is the low and 15 is the high. Saturday.
Hey, Brady, you can make a snow castle.
Make a rainbow over your heart and bite your right ear, please.
Oh, really? You're going to say that on the air?
Had to, yes.
You're really going to say that on the air?
Oh, man. Guys, we had an absolute amazing episode. Yes, Greg Schiano is made for the Rutgers. That is true. It's so weird to say that, too. But we had a fantastic episode. I mean, think about this for a second, y'all. We are at episode 187 of our show. Now, I guarantee you it's actually more, because a long time ago when we first started, Shane actually had a Saturday series with us. We're probably over 200 by now if I had to guess. But we have made it so far, and we ain't done yet, because this Friday, and it is officially confirmed, Matt has also spoken with him. Friday, it is episode 188, but Jonathan Wells, the Houston Texans defensive back, will be coming on, and I can confirm that Jonathan Wells will be on. Monday, the 2nd of February, we have Will Ritchie. He is the PA announcer for University of Arkansas at Monticello. He will be coming on. Really excited about that. Hey, really good to talk to him. And then Wednesday, February the 4th, it is episode 190. Phil Hewlett, the public address announcer for the Anaheim Ducks, the NHL franchise. He will be joining our show. I'm really excited about that one. If you guys get a chance, go follow him on Facebook. Phil Hewlett, he is the PA announcer for Anaheim Ducks. The dude is awesome. I love it. And then Friday, February the 6th, episode 199. This is actually a mutual friend of ours with Brian Pettit. But Bo Crutch is going to, he is the beat writer for the Seattle Kraken. He will be coming on as well. So we're going to be talking some NHL for the next couple of weeks. Really, I told you guys it's getting better. There is one name that I am going to bring that spill the beans on this too, Pinsman. There is an individual. I'm waiting on the finalized dates. I'm not going to tell you his name. Just put it to this way: he played in a national championship fairly recently, and he has agreed to come on our show. I'm going to leave it up for you guys to guess who that is. Shane, do you have any ideas?
I got some ideas, but no light bulbs yet.
What about you, Brian? Do you have an idea? Shane,
yeah, I know who it is. You told me.
Yeah, I did.
But I'm not going to spill the beans, though.
Yeah, don't spill the beans yet, Shane. I'll tell you off the air. We're really excited on that one. Hey, Zillow, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in. We actually are coming to the end of this absolutely amazing show. Had a lot of, I always have fun getting to talk with you guys. It really just means different. By the way, did you guys happen to hear this story coming out of ESPN as well as Yahoo Sports that LeBron James has made a request to the Lakers to trade him back to Cleveland to finish out this? That he said that if he gets traded, this will be the next year will be his final year officially in the NBA. He wants to finish where he started in Cleveland. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I saw where they were open to it as well. So it's one of those things that if they want to just kind of push them off to the side with that, then they could. So it leaves it open for them. What's this decision? 6.0 by now?
Yeah,
the flopper era is coming to an end.
Yeah, please don't excite me thinking that, because I'm ready for it to be done with. Real quick, I'll let you guys know there is a new short that has been put out. Thank you to Matt for getting in time. If you guys want to know, I highly recommend you watch it. That was honorable. Love it. But it is involving. So what it really was is it starts off with Pinsman giving reasons why he joined the team, and we're excited to have him. And then Matt said he had a new lease on life after the tragic events that had taken place the week before when LeBron James did not score 10 points. So it's actually pretty funny. Check it out. It's on our YouTube page. Pinsman have it. Our good friend Ralph has also put it up there. We'd greatly appreciate you guys checking it out, helping us out. Give us a subscribe. We are at 3,236 subscribers. Let's try and get to before the end of February to 3,300. We can do it with your help. Help my guy Pinsman get to 2,000, actually 2,500 before the end of this year. Help him get there. We'd greatly appreciate it. Brian Pettit just hit the 150 mark. Let's get him to 500 by the end of this year. We can do it with your help. We just hit 2,000 followers on our TikTok page. Help us get to 2,000 followers on Facebook and our Instagram. We're literally 600 away from on both. So let's get to 2,000 on there. And as always, guys, we greatly appreciate you guys tuning in and spending time with us this 90 minutes. All right, Shane, give your final goodbyes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's always great to be on here with you guys. And, as I always say, may the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
I love it. Pinsman, go ahead and type your handle on YouTube there in the comment, YouTube, Brian, so people know it. And then Pinsman, give your final goodbyes, sir.
There's a lot of hate in the world, so walk the other way. Respect everybody. Just like each other, respect each other, and don't. If you have, just do that. And thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep. All right, Brian, give us your final
You can
goodbyes.
find me on any platform at Tiger Stripes Media, and also on the Sportz Nutz too. So yeah,
absolutely. As Matt would also tell you, if it's hump day, it means people are going to start partaking in some adult libations. If you are going to drink, don't drive. Keep your nose clean and don't get flagged in the game like you don't want the whoop whoops behind you, because if you do, then you're a whole lot of trouble. And if it's, especially with the weather being the way it is, they ain't gonna bail you out anytime soon. So don't do something stupid, As I always tell you, yes, you don't want them around you. I'm also eating cake right now. Congratulations, Zillow. I knew you could do it if you put your mind to it. I hope you guys.
Cake eater. Cake eater.
Cake
as I tell you guys always, peace up, A-Town down. Why it's the greatest sports city there ever was. You guys have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on Friday. Remember, Jonathan Wells will be there. He is a former defensive back of the Houston Texans, played when David Carr was the quarterback. So we'll see you guys then. Enjoy it. Until then, enjoy the outros. Good night.